All right, what's up, Josh?
What's up, Ryan? What's happening?
Wallaby Jones.
Wallaby Jones. That was my nickname in 7th grade.
The Koalan Bear.
That's a new one.
The Wally World. That's the
Wally
other one.
World. That's that. Yeah.
I made
that one for myself.
I like the Koalan Bear. That's
Koalan
pretty good.
Bear?
Yeah.
Wallaby Jones is a good one for sure.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like that. But yeah, March 14th, 2018.
Here we are.
How you feeling?
Feeling stoned. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling normal, man. Oh, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
99 times out of 100, Ryan and I would both have smoked together before this, but right now, I'm soloing it.
Yeah, no. I can't right now, unfortunately. That's okay.
It's all good.
Like I said, after you get past that first week of not smoking, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get that itch or whatever anymore.
It's good to quit every once in a while, I think. I've quit a few times.
You get back to the baseline of, what you normally feel like and all that shit. So.
Yeah, then you're like, whoa. I like the way this feels.
Yeah. I will tell you this, though. When I stopped, man, my dreams have been... They feel so real.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird.
Dude, that's
it
so
is
true.
So weird.
That's so true.
Man. So, like, this one dream I had, I was living on the street, or I guess one of the streets that I grew up on, the very first street, like the house that I was born in. I lived there till I was probably like 12 or something like that before I moved to, Southgate Hills, something like that. But yeah, so I'm living on that street, right? And I have this dog. My dog runs out of the front door, and I have no idea where he went, and I can't catch him or whatever. So I go to my neighbor's, which is 2 doors down, and I knock, and it's this old lady, and I knock on her door, and she comes to the door dressed in full on like wrestling gear with a Mexican mask on or whatever. so I have no idea.
A grandma?
Well, I'm not a grandma, like 40s, 50s, like
okay, gotcha.
Midlife lady or whatever. What do you call that? I can't even think of the word right now.
MILF.
Yeah, sure. So let's go with that. And so I'm standing there, and I'm talking to this lady about my dog, and she's just staring at me. And then all of a sudden, 2 more doors down from this lady's house that I'm at, and I'm just standing on the front porch, right? So two more doors down, this guy comes busting out of his door, fully dressed in wrestling gear, and they just start having this wrestling match on the front lawn. And I'm just sitting there like, hey, my dog's lost. Can somebody please help me? But
what the fuck, man?
Dude, the craziest part about it was that it felt so real. Like if I woke up, I could have swore it actually happened.
Yeah.
Like it was. Oh man, it was very funny. I immediately woke up and started laughing after I figured it out that it was a dream. But
that moment,
man, it's crazy.
That moment when you wake up and you're just like, you have to like bring yourself back to reality.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, the best ones are. Have you ever had dreams where you think you're still in like high school or college and you like have to study for some test or something like that, and then you wake up and you're like, oh shit, I already graduated? I've had that before too, and it's a great feeling when you wake up. Love it.
You're totally right about that though. Like I very rarely ever dream when I'm high, unless I'm really tired. If I'm really, really, really tired, and then I'll dream. But just smoking before I go to bed, don't usually dream, and then when I don't smoke, I definitely have dreams that are more vivid, or at least that I remember more. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more vivid, and I definitely remember them more, but I still dream whenever I did smoke.
Yeah, I think I do.
But they're not nearly as crazy, I guess. I don't know, because I never really remember them that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one is crazy.
Because I think Because I was listening to this on Joe Rogan the other day, actually, and they were talking about how it dreaming doesn't necessarily mean you're like in the deepest sleep.
Yeah.
Like REM sleep, I don't think you dream in REM sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wonder what that dynamic there is.
I don't know.
If weed just knocks you out straight into the REM sleep, because I feel like I sleep really good on weed.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure I'm not the only one that's happened to, though.
No.
I don't know.
That's happened to me before.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's a pretty crazy dream, though.
2 out of 2.
That's a good 100%, one to remember, too.
Our theories are correct.
Of course.
Yeah. But yeah, man. When you walked in here today, and I was watching Game of Thrones, season 1, episode 9, baby. I still get, spoiler alert, but I still cannot get over that. Like, every time I see Ned Stark's head getting chopped off, still sitting there wondering, like, how's he going to get out of this?
Yeah.
He's the good guy, you know?
Yeah.
Trying to be noble
every
and honorable. And
it's like we've been conditioned with every other show that, that guy's just going to find a miraculous way to survive.
Both
and
of
Game of Thrones, like, fuck that idea. We're going to kill him.
Well, George R.R. Martin has always said that he wants the danger to feel real. He doesn't want you to just expect that the hero's or the good guy's gonna win. You know, especially in the face of extreme odds. You know, he doesn't have any allies up there.
Well, I guess there's a little bit of that now in the show with the remaining children. Yeah, they're kind of like survivors. Big time.
Well, they've learned. They've learned exactly what's happened to them just by their experiences, and they're very like caught everything that they do. And yeah, man, it's a
in that episode, show. Arya is watching while it all happens. You know, they say that he's gonna live if he tells the truth, but he can. And then they kill him anyways.
And then bam, Joffrey's like, nope, sorry, son.
Yeah. Which you always know Joffrey's a douche, but I don't think it's until that point that you're like,
yeah, I mean, he does some pretty, you know, you're just kind of like, yeah, this kid's kind of a dick. But man, when he becomes king, it's like a whole different Joffrey, man. He just takes it up to 11 and just says, fuck you all, I'm the king, I'm gonna do what I want.
We're obviously huge fans of the show. How many times have you watched the show through, Ryan?
Oh God, man, at least 5 times. At least
5. That's a lot. I've watched it too.
That's being conservative on that number.
Episodes here and there.
Yeah,
everywhere. It's kind of like South Park.
Oh, I'll go back and watch. Oh man, I've seen so many. I haven't seen like every South Park episode that many times, but there's a few of them that I'll go back and watch and just laugh my ass off. One of the best ones that I love to go back and watch is the Theory of Evolution one. It's like a 2-part episode. But there's this segment in it where Mr. Garrison explains the theory of evolution to the kids.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
God, it is so funny, man. If you are listening, go YouTube that clip because it is one of the funniest things that I've ever heard in my life. And then they freeze Cartman and he goes like 500 years in the future.
Oh my God.
They're all arguing about what they should call their new, I guess, religion or organization or whatever, like the...
Oh, yeah. I'm curious. So what does he say, if you can remember, what does he say about the evolution to the kids?
Well, he's like somehow had a retarded baby, and then it made love to another retarded fish, and then that fish somehow grew hands and crawled up on the sand, and then that fish had sex with a fish squirrel or something like that, and he just keeps going all the way up, and then he's like, and that made you, and then Cartman is freaking out about something totally unrelated, and he's like, and he freaks out and runs out of the room. And Garrison's like, see, I told you this would happen. I told you if we taught evolution, this was gonna happen.
Oh, but, my God.
God, I love that 2-part episode. It's one of my favorites.
Sounds funny. I have to watch that one. Yeah. I don't know if I remember learning about evolution in school, but I don't know. I might just not have a good memory, or maybe I was just
I think we did a little bit.
Didn't really care at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's whategar. But there's also a good line which I always actually steal from South Park, and so Garrison meets up with Richard Dawkins, who's the author of the Theory of Evolution, right? Mm-hmm. So then they develop this love connection or whatever. So that makes Garrison turn into this huge theory of evolutionist. So he completely goes the other way, and so he's sitting there. Dawkins comes into the classroom and starts teaching it, and then Stan kind of chimes in, and he's like, "Well, the theory of evolution, it can be the question to how, but it doesn't have to be the question to why." And I'm like, that. I mean, that sums it up perfectly. Like, you can still believe in evolution without having to disregard religion. You know, because it can be two different questions that you're answering. You know, So
that's a good point.
Yeah, I always steal that. I steal a lot of things from South Park, which is kind of ridiculous, but that's all right. I love it.
They're really smart,
dude. They hit the nail on the head many times.
People weren't so easily offended.
yeah. There's a message behind all.
Yeah, there's a yeah.
At least they're used in the most recent episodes. I guess they still kind of do it, but they're way more. They've gotten away from like the adventure stuff with the kids, and they've kind of gotten a little more. Political, I guess.
Yeah.
And very, very current.
They don't hold anything back. They're just like
but
raunchy and hilarious.
They still put out some good DM episodes though.
20+ seasons.
Yeah.
God, it's a damn good run.
Yeah, I can't wait till they
I'd love to have something like that in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, this beer is delicious. Boulevard Tank 7. Hey, if you want to sponsor the show.
Boulevard, yeah.
Hit me up.
Live studio audience. Yeah. The Boulevard Brewery.
Surrounded by Cows Podcast at gmail.com. Hit me up. But yeah, going back to Game of Thrones, man, that shit, I still can't get over the whole Ned Stark thing, and then, Tyrion is by far my favorite. That guy.
Tyrion's
awesome.
Pretty badass.
He's the best. He's the bee's knees, man.
So yeah. Goddamn Game of Thrones.
For sure.
There's so much to talk about with Game of Thrones.
I know where to start, and I hate like spoiling stuff, but if you haven't seen it by now, that's your problem. So I'm sorry. But yeah, Tyrion's the best. I'm really sad about Oberyn. Oberyn Martell was by far one of my favorite characters.
Yeah?
He was probably second to Tyrion.
He was out for revenge.
Yeah, and he just got too cocky.
What was he, the Viper?
Yeah, when he fought the Mountain, he just got too cocky. He had it won. All he had to do was just let him lay there, and because he had they got that poison in those blades or whatever.
God, I guess it's just a show, obviously, but
yeah.
God, when you were watching that, you're like, God, just fucking kill him. Yeah. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
If you were really in that situation,
he had him down. He had him down on the ground.
Yeah,
he didn't have to do anything. Because they talking. Because those Martells they poisoned their blades, so he struck him, and that poison would have just obviously he turned into the Mountain / Frankenstein now.
Yeah,
but which has produced some awesome deaths, by the way.
Oh my god!
Because man, that
he's just a ruthless
in that one
killer.
Season where he goes up to that guy and just slams his head into the wall.
Just for fun.
Man, I about died.
Just because you hadn't seen anybody die in a while.
Oh man, it was so satisfying though. I was just like, that is hilarious. That is one crazy way to go. Just your head just.
They do that in every season though. They do it with the giant, like the giant slams that guy against the wall.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It's just so good. I read the other day that they're gonna keep, after they are done recording the show, they're gonna keep King's Landing up as a tourist attraction.
Really?
Yep. Read that on Facebook. It's got to be true, right?
Well, the whole thing isn't. It's not totally real. Like when you see the full picture of it, some of that CGI, but they film it in Croatia.
Oh, really?
I think pretty sure, because that's where Cassie's from, and she always talks about like wanting to go back there and visit. And I'm like, hey, take me with you. I want to go to the Game of Thrones thing. So
really, she's from Croatia, huh?
Yeah, that last name is definitely. I mean, I'm not gonna say the last name on the podcast, but yeah, the last name is
a total badass boxer chick.
Definitely, yeah.
Kick your ass now.
I know,
Kick
right?
my ass probably.
Just jack me in the jaw. Don't say anything. Don't say anything wrong around that woman. That's for sure, man.
Bringing her up though brings up a good point though about exercise.
Yeah, definitely need to exercise, man. I've been going strong, but I think it's the booze, man. I think I need to stop because I'm not losing any weight, but like I said, my body has been changing a ton. Like my back is oh man, it's completely different now, especially my back. But
like stronger.
Oh yeah, and just
feels
more,
a lot better,
more defined and more chiseled, and just it's way different. But the front side is where
the old beer belly,
the old gut is lacking on that. But my arms are getting there.
I've struggled with the gut the whole life, my friend.
Slowly but surely. You were doing good there for a while.
I did really good for a while.
I showed you that picture.
Yeah, no,
I lost. Like, man,
I lost 30 pounds. Just diet and exercise. But
that's how you do it, man. Don't believe in any of that quick fix bullshit. You can't take no pill.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get lap band surgery, but that's for people that are like extremely obese. You don't need that, man. Diet and exercise is the way to go, man.
Yeah, I just love being lazy, you know?
Well, it's a lot of fun. I think everybody does to a point. But
yeah. You can't.
You
can't let it go too long.
Yeah, and you still get that runner's high afterwards too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
But yeah, I've just been full of making bad decisions lately. I've been smoking cigarettes again.
Yeah, you definitely need to stop that shit.
Yeah, but I always told myself 30. I'm 28, I'll be 29. I told myself 30 on shit like that. Like, I'm in my 20s. I know it's not good, but I really like them.
Still, though, they're terrible for you.
Yeah, they are absolutely terrible.
And then once you see, this is what happens though. When you set like a time limit, it's almost like an excuse, because once you hit that time limit and then you do it again, you're gonna think
I fucked that up.
You're gonna think of another excuse or put another time limit on it, and it just compounds and keeps going. Yeah. You just gotta.
But I do ixnay it from time to time. Usually when it starts making me feel like shit.
Well, yeah.
So that's a bad cycle to be in, but I'm in it right now, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely need to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. My time limit right now is my birthday in a month or so.
Yeah.
So.
Gonna turn old 29.
Old 29.
Last year of your 20s, man.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Sometimes I feel like time goes by fast, but then other times I feel like it's not going by super fast. Like,
yeah.
I feel like it's been a full year of 28.
Yeah. Well, it's good to like reflect back on like the past 5 years or shit. Even you can go back further than that. Like when you start to remember like all of the stuff you've been through up until now, like all of the schooling you went to. And like, I don't know, it's just a weird feeling. Like, I mean, we used to go to recess every single day, you know, every day for 5-6 years. I still remember those days.
God, being a kid, it's the time of your life. Everybody tells you. I mean, it's not necessarily, but I'm saying everyone tells you when you're a kid that it's the best time of your life, and as a kid, you don't ever believe it. But you usually look back on it and you're like, no responsibility, just focusing on
absolutely
getting through school and growing up and being a little shithead, basically. A little ungrateful shithead until you get thrown out in the real world.
Well, you're also kind of, naive and ignorant at that point because you just don't know a whole lot. And you're just kind of feeling your way through the world. But yeah, I go back and forth on that all the time because I'm like, I mean, back then was pretty cool. You obviously didn't have as many responsibilities.
Yeah.
But B, you also didn't have the kind of freedom that you have as an adult. And I mean, obviously that depends on kind of your income and the time that you have and
good
stuff
you were
like that. But
hiding shit from your parents.
Yeah, yeah. But
and that's just us.
Yeah, oh man, we hit a ton
other
from our
people.
parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, having you 2 doors down from me was quite the influence, man.
Yeah.
God, I remember just stepping out on that back patio and just being like, all right, what are we going to do now?
Yeah.
We're either going to smoke or going to go find some beers and find
Parents
some older kids to buy some beers.
Right above us.
Yeah. Oh, I've gotten caught a couple of times for sure.
Yeah.
But my mom never really punished me that hard.
No, yeah.
I think maximum punishment I got was like 2 weeks grounded. And I think that was about it.
See, I never got in trouble for anything really until later in high school.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was with you. We got decided, I don't know, we were home. It was the summer or some shit.
Yeah.
Before college or during college.
Yeah.
And parents were at work and decided, oh, we don't want to smoke outside because people might see us. So let's smoke in the garage.
Yeah.
And then my mom comes home like
it's
a couple hours later and just like,
heat.
Who's been smoking pot in the garage?
It's 100 degrees outside.
Yeah.
It's in a closed garage. We didn't even open it.
Yeah.
Didn't even air it out.
No.
And you don't realize
so dumb.
You don't realize how much it smells until like when you're regularly smoking. You don't realize the smell, like, because you just get used to it. But then when you don't, like,
if you're not smoking weed, you're probably like, that smells like shit. Or
yeah.
Like, ugh.
Exactly.
God, get me away from this.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's a very distinct smell too.
Absolutely, I can smell.
You
weed.
know exactly what
like,
it is.
My head lifts whenever I smell weed. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Like, man, where is it? Where is it? Where's that coming from?
I was at the Big 12 tournament this past weekend. Yeah. And we were walking through Power and Light District, and I was just walking, and I passed these group of guys, and oh man, they just reeked of it. And I was just like, man, that
at
sounds
our gym,
really
dude.
good.
At the gym we go to, people always smell like weed.
Oh really?
Yeah. I always notice that. Like somebody like walk away, I'm like, oh damn,
yeah,
a blunt in there or something.
Yeah, I used to do that. I used to smoke and work out, but I can't anymore. So
yeah,
unfortunately,
yeah.
But one day I'll get back to it. And
yeah, one day it'll just be legal and I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Well, shit, even if it's still legal, you still got to worry about companies,
Yeah, I guess so.
Testing for it and stuff like that. So, gotta be careful, man.
I feel like it's definitely not near as big of a deal these days, though. But,
yeah.
But still gotta pass that drug test.
Yeah,
it's a drug test. So.
Fail a test, you're done, son.
Unless you've been there a while and they need you or something, then they might let it go. But to initially get in, probably gonna have to pass that.
Yeah. Yeah, that Big 12 tournament was pretty awesome. My brother got us those sweet tickets. I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, Patrick Mahomes walks in.
Patty Mahomes, our new QB.
I'm just sitting there like, this stuff never happens to me, ever. And he just sits literally right in front of me. Like,
dude.
Man, and we were just, it was a great time.
Yeah, you sent me that picture. He was literally right in front of you.
Yeah. And I don't like to bother. Like, when that stuff happens, like, I'm sure he gets bothered all the freaking time. So I didn't want to ask him for a picture or an autograph or anything like that. I just kind of wanted to just have the story and know that I was right there with him, hanging out. Because he talked to all of us. Like, we were talking about the upcoming draft and the tournament that we were watching, and because he's from Texas Tech, right?
Yeah.
So that night Texas Tech was playing, and he got floor tickets out there too.
Oh.
But this was during the first game, which was Kansas versus Kansas State.
I gotcha.
So after that game, he moved down and went down to the floor while we were still up in the suite. But man, those suites are nice. Shout out to my brother for getting those tickets, man. That guy is awesome.
They're at the Sprint Center, right?
Yeah.
That's cool, dude. Yeah, I've seen those when I was there for concerts and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to take the elevator up there, and then your ticket like gets you into, like, you scan your ticket and that unlocks the door to get you into the suite or whatever. So yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
They got free food and booze in there. And it's good
Hell
stuff.
yeah, dude! I've been to some stuff like that at like the Royal. I don't know if I've been to the Royals, but yeah, I think I've been to the Royals once, and like the T-Bones.
Yeah.
I've only been in baseball.
I've only been in the Crown Club once, and I've been in a suite one time at Kauffman Stadium, which are both pretty cool. But I'd rather be in the Crown Club.
Patrick Mahomes, though, dude, I'm so excited to see what our offense is like this year.
Man, Kareem Hunt, the league's leading rusher, Travis Kelce, top 3 tight end, Tyreek Hill, who's by far the fastest guy in the NFL. Then you got Patrick Mahomes, which apparently has a cannon for an arm. We haven't seen him a whole lot, but from what everybody says. And now you just added Sammy Watkins, which was one of the best wide receivers to come out. And yeah, he's had some injuries, but I was listening to Nate Burleson the other day.
Yeah.
And that guy was just like, he can run routes like nobody's business.
That's what I've heard about him.
Man, if you can run routes in the NFL, I don't care how fast you are, you're gonna get open. Especially if you're in a good scheme and all that good stuff. But I'm just worried about the offensive line protecting him, making sure Mahomes stands up straight. And then I'm obviously worried about our defense. But we got the new corner. We got the new corner from the Redskins.
Fuller. So it's
gonna. And then Eric Berry's going to be back, which is by far my favorite player. I mean, that guy.
Eric Berry's freaking awesome. He just needs to stay healthy.
That guy, but I mean, it's not like he can help it.
Football, I know. Football's just such a physical sport.
Yeah.
You get injured once, and you got to freaking worry about it the rest of the time.
Yeah, pretty much. But
I'm excited though. We're making some moves, and
we got the Hitchens
just a new
guy,
fresh start.
The linebacker he's very good at stopping the run, from what I can see.
Yeah.
We just need to worry about. We probably need to get another linebacker.
Yep.
We basically need one more guy on each level of defense. So defensive line, linebacker, and secondary. We need one more guy to just like step up and be good. Mm-hmm. And if that can happen, and then our offensive line performs at least decent, top 15, I think they're going to be fucking good, man.
Yeah.
I really do. I at least think it's another playoff team, because I don't see anybody else in our division that's really stepped up their game.
No,
the Broncos got Keenum.
Case Keenum.
Come on now, that doesn't.
The Raiders, they were supposed to be good last year and didn't do shit with it.
Yeah,
so.
and they lost 3 of their players.
They're a mess. But who'd they just get? They just got a good head coach. Gruden, duh. John Gruden's back.
Man, I don't. No. I don't believe in that at all. I don't think Gruden's that great.
We'll see.
I mean, just judging by his commentary on Monday Night Football, sometimes he said stuff that was really smart, but other times you're just like, what are you talking about, man? What are you seeing the same thing that I am? But he's on TV, so I don't know if he's trying to create controversy and stuff like that. But
who knows?
Yeah.
Talking football, though.
Yeah.
But the thing about I wanted to say something about Sammy Watkins. Mm-hmm. I have a terrible opinion of him just because I've had him in fantasy football a few times, or once.
Did you have him last year?
No, my dad did though. So
I think he played in 12, 13 games.
He had a good
year?
first 3 or 4 games, and then it was just a disappointment. Get hurt, or would just throw up a goose egg, and then you sit him for a week and he goes off, and then you put him back in your lineup and he goes back to shit.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, sometimes it's all about the scheme and the way that your quarterback can throw the ball. Because, Cooper Kupp had a tremendous year with the Rams, but they also relied on Todd Gurley a lot, too. So,
threw to Gurley all the time.
Your offense is only as good as, how you use it, kind of thing,
Yeah.
So if you're passing a lot out of the backfield and using him in the run game a lot, and there's just not a lot of passes to go around, and you stick to the short game, because Sammy Watkins he's not a short game type of receiver. He's running in the middle and those deep routes. That's what he's mainly doing.
Yeah.
So, but we got Tyreek to run both the short routes and the long routes, and then And then you have Conley mixed in with it, who's another big body that you can basically just throw it up to, and he can.
And then Travis Kelce.
Yeah, and then you have Travis Kelce doing
big
a
old target in the middle of the
drag
field.
doing a
big
drag,
old fast
yeah,
target.
Drag and cross routes over the middle, and yeah.
So we still need a second tight end, though. Our buddy Demetrius got busted for pot again.
Got busted. He got to, be a couple days in jail and pay a fine.
He's been hanging out with Dwayne Bowe too much. Him and Dwayne Bowe can watch football together on the couch while they smoke a bunch of weed.
Hey man, is Sonic still open? Good old Dwayne Bowe. I will never forget that. He asked the cop when he was getting arrested. He was like, "Hey, is Sonic still open?"
Oh my god, did he really? I never heard that.
Oh yeah, man. They talk about it all the time on the sports network or whatever. But yeah, it was really funny.
God, dude,
I was laughing my ass off when I heard that.
How much do you think Dwayne Bowe just freaking? Do you think he doesn't give a shit that he blew it, basically? I mean, he had a lot going for him, and then he just kind of threw it away when he went to the Browns.
Well, I think part of that is that, the Chiefs didn't want him anymore, or they didn't want to pay him anymore. And I think he was just kind of getting towards the end of his career, and he just wasn't the same player. So
yeah.
You gotta know when your time's up and just kind of call it good and retire and go do something else.
God, if I could just have one year, just give me 1 year in the NFL, I'll make it last. All that money you make.
Yeah.
Crazy how much we value athletes like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And just how much people just won't go without their sports. I'm one of them.
I love
sports. I love competition.
Sports, man.
Anything that's competitive.
Those guys are the most athletic freaks of nature I've ever seen,
It's crazy.
Those in the NBA guys, man. Man, those guys. Crazy athleticism.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's another level. And NBA is pretty physical, too. It's not like football, obviously, but it's...
Yeah, no.
I don't know, I talked about this a lot with my dad about back in the day. You don't touch the guy. Like, they're calling fouls all the time. My dad's always like, that's a foul. That's a foul. It's like, not anymore. Yeah, not anymore. But it's more fun to watch that way.
Yeah. Well, and also in the NBA, I think
you can't not foul. If you're that athletic and you're playing that hard, like, you're going to run into each other.
Well, the main difference between the NBA and the NFL is the size of the NBA players and their athleticism. Yeah, just because you don't have. In the NFL, you have a few linemen that are 6'7", 6'8", and they're huge. They're very strong or whatnot. But in the NBA, you have guys that are 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", 6'11", that can jump through the freaking roof, shoot the 3-ball like 40 feet away from the basket, and they're just freaks of nature, man. We've talked about this before. Giannis, I always butcher his last name. Antetokounmpo or something. Huh? Something along those lines. The guy with the really large hands.
The Greek Freak?
Yeah, the Greek Freak.
That was like Porzingis or something like that.
No.
Oh, no. I just made that up. I don't know what the hell
Porzingis is from, where is he from? Lithuania, Ukraine? I don't know.
Oh, fair enough.
Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure where...
I thought that's who you were showing me, but no, go ahead.
No.
That dude's hands are ridiculous. It makes the basketball look like the tiny basketball you
seriously,
see
it looks like
kid.
he literally has his hands halfway around the freaking ball. Like my hand goes maybe a quarter of the way of the ball. Like I can't palm it at all. Yeah. It's just that guy is just a freak of athletic nature is what he is.
God damn. Yeah.
But they're all just the NBA players. They're all just so big and so strong. Even the guards are 6'4", 6'5" these days, and that's a big receiver in the NFL. Like the NFL, the receivers are anywhere from 5'10" to 6'3", 6'4", something like that. The quarterbacks are normally a little taller, but they're normally not nearly as athletic as the other skill players are.
Yeah.
And then the running backs tend to be on the shorter side, like around 6 foot. But they're just real stocky, real strong, low center of gravity, very shifty. Mm-hmm. So it's different types of athleticism. But but yeah, I mean, those two sports are, man, those guys are just the most athletic people in the world that I've ever seen. I mean, if you want to bring in like NHL and soccer, I mean, those guys, they have a lot of stamina, and I'm sure that if you took all the pads off and in the NHL, you know, and you're not playing on ice, obviously, I'm sure they're still athletic, but I don't think they're anywhere close to being an NFL or NBA type of athleticism.
Yeah, I don't know, but they're the NHL guys are the ones you want in a fight with you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more of just like who's gonna win this fucking bar fight?
Right? Yeah, you just grab them by the jersey, just take your strong hand, and just start wailing.
Damn.
I do love that about the NHL,
I do love
though.
hockey for that reason. They can just hit each other, slam each other up against the glass,
if
it's warranted or if it's within the rules.
Yeah, if they ever take that away, I will never watch hockey again.
That's why people love hockey, I think.
Yeah.
And I will say I've never been a fan of hockey. We've never had really much in Kansas City. We had the Blades when we were growing up, some minor league team. Now we have the Mavericks.
The
never
KC
been to one of
Blades.
their games, but I hear they're fun. But
oh yeah,
I went to a Chicago Blackhawks game when I was in Chicago one time. Sat at the very top of the stadium, as far back as you could possibly get, to where, I mean, you can see the hockey, but they look like little action figures, and I had a friggin' blast.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe how much fun I had.
Yeah, that's awesome,
and
man.
Just the crowd gets into it. And it's not as big of a place as like Arrowhead, so it's not like anybody and everybody's in there. The tickets to these games are a lot more expensive, it seems like.
Yeah, well,
because it's a smaller arena and it gets sold out, and if they get that demand, then I remember when we were in, I think it was Colorado, the tickets were like $120.
Yeah,
like the cheapest one we could find.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Well, I mean, the Blackhawks are also like a premier. That's like being the Dallas Cowboys or the Green Bay Packers. You know, they are a premier franchise in the NHL. So everybody in Chicago loves them. But the thing that I don't like. I guess the thing that I don't like about the NHL, and it's probably due to my own ignorance, but I just don't understand all of the strategy that goes behind it. Because a lot of times, like, I'll turn it on. They played a lot on Sunday mornings on 41. But they're always chucking the puck into the corner all the time, like. And it just kind of gets annoying. I'm like, what? Like, I understand this has something to do with the strategy behind it, right? But I feel like most of the great action is in the center and in the middle of the ice rink. And when you keep just chucking the puck down to the corner and you just keep doing that over and over again, it just kind of gets redundant and annoying. And that's the thing that I really don't like about it. It's almost like the same thing in soccer. Now, this happens more in the European League than MLS, but in the European League, when a guy goes down and they feel like their leg is broken, and they're
such a big
laying
deal about
down,
it.
and they're laying down there for 5 minutes, and I get it.
And they make the call, and they just get right back up, start playing again.
Also, I mean, I get it to a point where it's like you gotta, you're kind of giving your other players a break. Like a kind of a water break type of thing. So I know there's some strategy to that part of it, but man, just stop with the theatrics of it. You know, like you don't have to be that dramatic. If you want to stay down and feel like your ankle's hurt, just stay down. Like nobody's making you get up, and your players can have a water break or whatever. You know, I don't know, but yeah, and then the referee's like, all right, we're gonna continue playing. The guy pops right back up, and everything's fine. And it's like, if they did that in the NFL.
Oh, flopping's the funniest thing to watch ever. They do it in every sport, but yeah,
it's very
good old competition.
Yeah,
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, exactly.
The human way.
Yeah, we got the NCAA tournament coming up, right?
Sure do. We were talking about this earlier.
March Madness.
I have a bracket filled out that you do not.
I do not yet, but I will fill out mine tonight because it starts tomorrow. So
yes, it does, and our team, Missouri, is in.
We're playing Florida State, which should be a good game. I hope we win. I think we'll win. Hopefully MPJ comes out firing, and
I can never expect Missouri to win.
Yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard to expect that from them.
But if they do, I'll be very happy. And if they win 2 games in a row, I'll be really, really,
Man,
really happy.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're unfortunately paired against the most likely the number 1 seed in the next round. But
Xavier, though. Probably the easiest 1 seed.
Yeah.
You would
if
think.
there's any 1 seed this year that I'd want to play, it's definitely Xavier.
I'd rather play Xavier than Kansas.
Yeah.
Kansas beat us once already.
No.
Oh,
I
well,
would
that's true.
much rather play Kansas.
From
I
think perspective. But if I'm Missouri, I'd rather play Xavier.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you on that. Man, I wish they would have put him in the same bracket, man.
Now they just got to meet in the championship
Because Missouri
round.
would have just been like all in on that first game, or like, we are not losing this game because we really want to play Kansas.
No, the most
second.
Missouri thing they could have done would have been to lose the first round and not get to play at Kansas. That's what would have happened.
Norfolk State all over again.
That's what we get to usually expect.
God, I'll never forget that Norfolk State game, man. That was just
15-2. We got a 2 seed.
Yeah,
we talked about Mizzou a lot last time, though. So
yeah, we don't need to talk about them.
I'm gonna get really sad and depressed again and start drinking heavily.
What we will do though is we're gonna have ourselves a little contest.
Yes.
On the brackets this year.
We haven't really decided on the terms yet.
I think what we're gonna do is the loser is gonna have to. I mean, how do you want to set this up? Because we're gonna do some sort of drinking. The loser has to drink a ton, basically.
Yeah, on our next podcast.
Yeah, while we're doing the podcast. So progressively getting drunk while we're sitting here talking about all kinds of shit. But do you want to do? I feel like hard liquor is going to be the way to go because I mean, me and you just can't get that drunk that fast off beer unless we're chugging it and it's high alcohol content. I think that says more about our alcoholism than anything. But anyways, but yeah, so we should do hard liquor. I don't think should we do shots? I mean, because that's gonna be the quickest way. All right, so how do you wanna do the?
So what else is coming up here? It's St. Patty's Day coming up.
Well, as far as the tourney goes, we're not done with this yet.
I know, but what I'm saying is, I was thinking while I was peeing that we could do Irish car bombs.
Well,
because I love Irish car bombs.
Yeah, but
somebody would be throwing up.
That's
too much.
That someone would be me for sure. I think we should do shots.
All right, shot of choice.
Yeah,
I'll do tequila.
I will probably do whiskey, but I may do tequila as well.
Ooh.
But so how do you want to set up the points? Do you want to go first round be 1 point, second round 2 points, third round 4 points, like keep doubling it?
It's a good idea.
All the way up to the championship.
Let's do that. Yeah.
All right. So we'll do that.
How many shots during a podcast? My initial shot 6, but that's pretty close to blacked out for me.
Well, yeah.
Over the span of a couple hours. You're done.
Yeah. Well, I think it should just be every 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
I think
10 minutes would be 6 in 1 hour.
I think the winner should get to just basically say, take a shot.
Okay.
But be courteous and, how you do it, Every 15 minutes, good rule of thumb.
Yeah.
But maybe you say something I don't like.
I'm still getting
I said, take
drunk.
a shot. Or maybe you say that to me.
Yeah. I'm still getting you drunk either way.
Yeah, we'll both be drunk by the end of it.
All right.
Because we're alcoholics.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Not really.
We drink, but I don't, we don't get blackout drunk every night or anything like that.
I can't imagine doing that.
Dude, I hate getting drunk now. I hate it.
Bullshit. But
no, I do. I
hate the way it makes you feel? The way what it does to your body?
No, I kind of don't like me when I'm that drunk, It's weird. Because I feel like that's when I make all of my bad decisions, obviously.
Yeah. It kind of goes.
Not all of my bad decisions, but most of my bad decisions get made when I'm
alcohol is a
drunk.
fucking It's kind of a bullshit thing. Alcohol gives you all sorts of confidence, right?
Yeah,
in a way.
And it just,
but then
you, how do I put this? You make more excuses for yourself.
Lowers your inhibitions.
Yeah, exactly. You know how you have that, the angel on one side and the devil on the other side, right?
Yeah,
seems like the angel just goes away. It's just like all
Flying
devil.
away from this drunk ass.
Yeah, it's not good. But I do not like getting drunk anymore. Not nearly as much as I used to. Special occasion like back type in college, of thing, But yes, that is true. Like weddings. Weddings are a great way to
weddings. I love getting drunk at weddings.
And dancing, man. I'm a dancing
fool.
Just
dance the night away.
Dancing fool.
I'm a stupid dancing fool.
I love it.
It's retarded. But I love dancing.
That's what you do, man.
And people compliment my dancing, but
yeah,
I don't think anybody really thinks it's that cool. Probably this fucking guy.
I think it's cool, Josh. I think it's cool.
I think it's cool to not.
Matters.
Yeah, I think it's cool to just not give a fuck. At
a wedding.
So when I'm at just in general, like when it comes to dancing, because I used to be the shy kid, the shy kid that didn't want to. I didn't want to take my shirt off in the pool, and I didn't want to do anything to embarrass myself. Yeah. But fuck all that, As you grow older, just fuck all that.
No shame, do what you man. Enjoy. No shame.
Well, I mean, you should have shame.
Yeah.
Some, but
about certain stuff.
When it comes to a wedding and dancing and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I was dancing the night away, and then, other people are dancing the night away. It's contagious, dude. Yeah. And you just experience everyone having a great time.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I mean, when we were growing up, when we had those, mixers and stuff like that, I feel like I was the only guy dancing. Me and, Sam Picard and stuff like that.
I wasn't dancing.
I was always dancing, man. I loved it. Loved it. Even, I mean, white people can't dance really, but
no.
Some of us can. There's always exceptions.
Move with the rhythm.
But yeah, I've always been good at that. So I really enjoy it. I love dancing, man. You just gotta. Sometimes you just gotta dance, man.
Yeah,
you just gotta dance.
Yeah.
Kick your shoes off. Go out with your boys and just dance.
Just gotta dance. Screw chicks tonight, bro. We're gonna dance.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, Dane Cook.
Man, we got 2 weddings coming up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. You and I have experienced some weddings.
Yep.
Goddamn, everyone our age.
None of our own, thank God.
None of our own.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Goddamn, cheers.
Ugh.
I can. I'm happy for everyone who gets married.
Yep.
I think it's
what
everyone wants, kinda.
Yeah. I mean, we're at that age, man.
We're totally at that age.
That is the quote unquote normal progression through life.
Yeah. But also, it's more normal for people our age to get married into their 30s too. So it's not like we're in the weird group yet.
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta hit
But I also think me and you are definitely not normal. So
no,
we shouldn't be following this progression right now.
No, probably not very normal.
We can barely take care of our own damn selves.
Yeah. We do pretty good for ourselves, though.
I think we do, too. I think it's
we each own our own house.
Yep, for sure.
Boom.
That's about as far as it goes. But
we don't have a ton of debt,
Yeah.
Do you have college debt?
I do, but not very much.
That's
I think
good.
it's only right now. I think I'm down to 3,000 left. So yeah, not much at all.
Yeah, I think my view on life would be a lot different if I was a doctor and had to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know how much it costs, but pay a shit ton of money to get.
Oh, it's
to go
probably
through
at
all
least that
or
much.
to be a lawyer.
Yeah,
costs a shit ton of money. You go know
much.
that debt you're gonna make it back, but I feel like at that point you'd be digging yourself out of a hole.
But then you're also, you're also working a lot of hours and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just you make a lot of money, but when are you really going to be able to spend it all? I don't know. It just seems, I don't want to go through life like that. I want to go through life where I have time to spend the money that I make.
Yeah.
I have time to enjoy it, rather than being a workaholic and working 60, 70 hours a week and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, to each their own. Some people may love it. I don't know. It's just not for me though, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes though, I think, and I found this with a lot of I don't know, with like other cultures. Like I know I talked about on the last podcast about the Indian culture.
Yeah.
But I think about that and like people work a shit ton, or they're just like really good workers, especially when they're young. Because I think being young is the best time to work, or like to work your ass off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have more energy.
Yeah, more
energy to do it.
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, good old work.
Good old work.
But yeah, weddings.
I honestly, I mean, I just need to find a sugar mama, man. That's what I need.
We're holding out for, right?
There needs to be, if there's some sort of website that somebody can point me to, you know, find me a sugar mama. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I think there's one for women, but not for men.
Yeah, I know. Which is, you know, hey, equality. Son of bitches, let's go.
We're hitting some
equality.
Severe. We're hitting some severe. What do you call that? Like, you know, like reverse. Counter equality going on here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
But
yeah,
fuck us. You know, who cares?
we're white males with our privilege.
I think we are growing up in a different time though. Like,
I mean, we're
even just from our parents' generation. I was talking to my dad about this today.
Yeah,
about how, you know, women are super independent these days.
They are
super freaking independent.
They don't need no man.
Don't need no man. They don't need no man.
Fuck men.
Exactly. And we're all the same. We're all the same. We're all a bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah.
All of us. We're all the same.
Nah, I mean, I don't think it's that extreme.
No,
but there are girls out there.
But there's
like
definitely
that.
the dynamic of with girls. Like you gotta, like as a guy, you gotta be the one to make it happen. You know, there's no girl out there that's gonna come running for you.
That's true.
So that puts guys in a predicament.
Unless
it puts me in a predicament.
Well, yeah.
When I'm like, I just want you to like me. I don't want to have to compete for you or put my chest out as hard as I can for you or fight this dude for you. I mean, I don't think it's really like that, but
no,
I'm just not that guy.
Like that. Yeah, but you gotta do something though.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
and that's I feel like that's what some of these girls' problems are too. Where they don't put forth any effort and they wonder why they're still single, and then they have a negative outlook on men because, you know, they're not necessarily trying to better themselves and trying to get a partner or whatever. So then they fall into that rabbit hole and whatnot. And I think it goes both ways for sure. But yeah, that's just kind of how I feel about that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because in our dating world, you got online dating. It's like everyone does that, but
except me. Fuck online dating.
Yeah, seriously.
I want to meet my girl at a pumpkin patch.
Just go hang out at pumpkin patches.
Exactly.
I have a feeling they might think we're something else.
Be the weird guy at the pumpkin patch. No kids. Just hanging out.
Yeah, but then you're only
drinking
getting
beer.
Moms. That's a whole pool full of moms.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That's not so bad though.
Yeah.
Would you date a girl with a kid?
The older I get, it becomes, the percentage gets higher, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm 35, 40 years old, oh, fuck yeah. Now, I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm not 30 yet, you know?
Yeah.
And I still feel like, and I feel like there's a lot of girls that are still single that are, you know, not yet 30 or whatever. Between that age 25 and 30 range, you know?
Yeah.
Even up to age 35.
30,
yeah. I mean, there's plenty of girls out there.
That's what I got
my
mindset for. I'm 28. Yeah, I set it up to, I think, 30, 33, 34.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Not bad. That's not, I mean, my most recent ex-girlfriend's 36 now, so.
Oh, yeah. Emily.
Yeah, she's old. She's old. She's older than me, not old.
She's not old.
Sorry, Emily. And we're still, I mean, even though we broke up, we're still like best friends. We hang out all the time. Which is awesome. So, yeah.
And I love Emily.
Well, we were both just like, it got to a point where it was just like, we're kind of just best friends. That's how we hang out, and like it just, I don't know, it just like turned out to be that way. So whatever, to each their own.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. It worked out. A lot of breakups don't work out that way, you know.
All of mine, all 2 of them.
I mean, you met that one girl on that. What was that site? It was like coffee fucking a bagel or something like that.
Lamb and tuna fish.
That's what it was.
Coffee meets bagel, yeah.
Coffee
dude.
meets bagel, not coffee
Yeah,
fucks bagel.
that's when I was going through my church phase.
Sorry.
That's when I was trying to find Jesus.
Yeah. Did you find him? Did you locate him?
Yeah, I think I found him.
Yeah, well, that's good.
I think I found him, but I had to go through a bunch of assholes to get to him.
Yeah, well, I think that's what women have to go through to find themselves a man, too, so.
Boom.
Kabam, son. Yeah.
Jesus was a great guy.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
You know?
He raised himself from the dead.
But I don't think that's what we talk about with church, really. I mean, we talk about Jesus. You talk about Jesus, but like it's more like we're a church and we want you to come help us with this.
Yeah.
And we want you to put your time and your money into this.
Yeah. Well, is it just serving themselves, or is it for good causes, or
I think
what?
they want it to be for a good cause, but
Yeah.
I think the Jesus part of it's almost like a distraction.
Yeah.
In a way. Like Jesus went out and he did, like he was just out there doing. He was just,
Yeah.
And so to get a whole bunch of people to believe in this all in one room and to only hang out with each other and to build it from like within, I think it's like exactly the opposite of what Jesus would do. Jesus would just be like, I'm going to go fucking travel the world and get a bunch of followers and like watch what I can do.
That's exactly what Jesus would have said. He would have said fucking and everything. I'm like, oh man,
I don't know where that came from.
that was fucking funny.
Anyways.
But yeah, no, I was talking with our friend Jesse, who's getting married here in a month or two?
Months, June, something like that.
Yeah. But he said, so they're having a Catholic wedding. Did you know that?
Is it full blown? Is it like
Yeah.
the long one? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
no.
I know. I said the same thing, but hey, that's
the
what
family,
the family
that's-
wants. That's what the family wants. But anyway, so he said he had to go to this. He had to go someplace downtown, and they had to do this. Some sort of like marriage session or something
Like
you
a
have
counseling?
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta
but-
meet with the father or the priest.
It
or
was
whatever you call him.
beyond that. It was like a weekend session, and there were 40 other couples in there. And he said at one point they split up the males and the females together. And Jesse was thinking, like, what are we in the 4th grade or whatever? So they separated them into these 2 rooms. And the guy literally went over the male anatomy like we were back in 4th grade doing sex ed.
Seriously?
Not even kidding. Like, and he had to pay, like, I think he said it was like $150, $200 for this thing, for this session.
God.
I was just like, oh, man. Just like, why? What is the point? Like, I don't know, man. It just, that's the stuff that bugs me about religion most often is that kind of petty little,
The ritual.
yeah, and acting like people don't have any common sense or morals about stuff anymore just because they, haven't been to church in a while or something like that, and just, I don't know, it just kind of drives
It's like they have this one very specific way to follow God or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this
But
one
really,
girl, she asked me out to have a drink. This is probably, when was this? Probably a year ago now, to be honest. But like I'm friends with her on a couple different social media outlets, right?
Okay.
And she's just way too into God, man. I'm sorry. Like, I don't have anything against religious people, but when you're that into it, and I'm not, I just feel like there's not going to be a connection. And I don't know that for sure. Maybe I should have taken a chance and just done it, But I feel like at some point there would be a clash between that, not necessarily on a moral standpoint, but just on a, what you like to do on the weekends type of thing, like what you like to watch on TV and things like that. Like,
basically you want to be able to smoke your weed and do what the fuck you want.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't want to have to, I love NFL football. I don't want to go to church during football, on Sundays. I mean, I know that's a very selfish way of looking at it, but I don't know.
My whole thing with it is just like, is
it
true or is it not?
We talked about this last time too. We just goddamn religion, but not goddamn religion, because I hate saying that, because religious people are very awesome. Not every single one, but a lot of them are, and they want to do well. They want to do good for everybody else. I
guess the reason I always bring it up is just, God, I wish somebody would just understand my viewpoint for once.
Yeah.
It's like, can't we have a conversation about this, like, logically, not just.
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
what do you believe, and then defend, or I don't know.
Well, when it comes to
talk about anything,
when it comes to relationships, do you think they're like, what do you think the compatibility ratio is? Do you think there's one select person out there for you? Like, you're just matched up with one. There's one person out there that you just absolutely click with, and that should be your person for the rest of your life that you're going to be with.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what you think. That's what I felt it was growing up, but.
Well, what do you think now?
Now?
Yeah.
It all just goes back and forth, dude. Like, depends on if you. Sounds weird, but it's like, if you believe in God, then you believe that there's one woman out there for you. But if you don't believe in God, no, I don't think that. Like, I think you can fall in love with anybody depending on the circumstance or the situation. I think you can fall in love with anybody in the right circumstance. So I think my rational mind says that no, there's not just one person out there, but in like my gut, sometimes I feel like there is just one. There's just like one. There's just the right person out there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't necessarily think it has much to do with the religion aspect of it, but I do think that there is a select group of people. Yeah. Like it's not just one person.
So like
but it's also not just anybody.
So it's like the online dating way of looking at things, like compatibility and personality.
I mean, kind of, but I think it's even less than that dating pool. I think that the number is less than that. I think there's a tight knit group.
There's just a certain type that it's going to work with.
Exactly. Like there's certain characteristics of that person, and that certain set of characteristics can be on multiple people, but that one group of girls
that seems
that thinks that same way. It may not be very big, but it's definitely not just one person.
Yeah.
So that's the way that I view it.
That's a good way to look at it.
But then again, I don't. I mean, what
type
try,
of woman
so,
do you think? Well, we don't have to go down this road if you don't want. But what type is your type? You know what I mean? The one that would work with. Because I always struggle with this one all the time. I'm like, is it this type, or is it this type, or is it this type? Like, is it like the clean, like organized, like mom?
No. Not
for you?
Not for me, anyway. We'll just cross that off the list right now.
All right. And then my other one is always, I'm always like, man, it'd be really cool to be with a gamer girl. Man, how cool would that be?
Well,
and then I talk to people, and they're like, I don't know. Do you really think it'd be that cool that you would just play games all the time and not have anything else, like any other life together?
I think it's way more nuanced than that, though. I think there's several characteristics that you have to factor in. You know, I don't know. I think well, I mean, I think mine would just be like, she's gotta be independent. She doesn't, meaning, you know, she doesn't have to rely on somebody else to live her life and be successful and
Check.
be
like
happy about that. So
I would agree with that.
That's number one. Number two, got to be open-minded. Like, you can't have such rigid views about the world and in certain situations to a point where you just are impossible. It's impossible to change your mind about something.
Yeah.
You know, because I believe shit always changes. I believe my mind can change if I'm presented with new information and it's logical and reasonable and things like that. If my mind can change based on that, I want you to be able to do the same thing. You know?
Yeah.
So that's number two.
I like it. All right.
Number three, I don't want to piss anybody off here.
You can't have a penis.
Well, I mean that's part of it for sure. But you gotta take care of yourself in some sort. You can't just do whatever you want to your body. I believe your body is just like the vessel or the machine that your consciousness is in, and your health means a lot to that. Yeah. Especially like your mental capability. Like if you're not healthy and you just put all this freaking junk food and drink soda all the time and just let everything go and just not even care about it, no, I don't want that at all. But I mean, that's just me. Maybe that's attractive to some other people.
No, dude.
But this is my own preferences that we're trying to talk about.
All right, I like it.
But yeah, you gotta make some sort of conscious effort to be somewhat healthy. You know, because I try to eat healthy. I mean, I know I drink, and that's not healthy, but I do a lot of other things that are healthy.
Yeah.
So, you know,
that
you can have your vice, but you still got to make a conscious effort to do that, you know.
So that, like the party girl, like the really fun, energetic.
To a point, though.
To a point.
I don't want the girl that's just willing to do any sort of drug that comes into play and you know, specifically makes a point to go out every single weekend and get drunk and do all these things. Because, I mean, I like to go out on the weekends, but like I said, I don't like to get drunk anymore. Like, I'll have a few drinks, but I don't want to get blackout. I want to remember my night. I want to have fun and, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
getting older.
Yeah, I guess that's part of it, but part of it just goes back to just me being healthy and especially mentally healthy and not make bad decisions. Because, you know, those bad decisions will tend to weigh on you a lot, for sure.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've been there, man.
That's for damn sure.
Especially over the past year. It's been a rough year. Especially with everything going on with Muff, too. Shout out to Matt Allen.
Matt, 29 years old.
By the way, if anybody wants to donate to Matt's cause, Matt Allen, find him on GoFundMe or contribute, help with prion diseases. We would really appreciate that. Close to the heart. We talked about it on our last podcast, but anyways, sorry, that was a butt in the relationship.
Boom. It's one of our sponsors. Sorry for that commercial, guys.
I'm sure they wanna definitely sponsor us. I don't know what would be your preference. I mean, do you want to narrow it down just by gamer girl or?
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely more to it.
Yeah,
there's definitely more to it.
More nuanced.
But I don't know. I guess I think about what I have to give up. Well, what I would have to give up for like a girlfriend.
What would you have to give up?
And I'm comparing to this like my last girlfriend.
Who?
Like Kristen.
Okay.
She wanted me to give up marijuana.
That's not happening.
She didn't like that, which it was totally fine. It's totally.
I can tell you that right now.
It was totally fine when it first started, but it developed into not liking it.
Yeah.
So, and then, like, yeah, games is another one. Like, am I gonna get that girl that is gonna like use that as something against me? Like, you should,
Well, let me ask you this: Do you prefer a gamer girl in the sense where she does just as much gaming as you do, or do you prefer a girl that allows you to game whenever you want, or is it kind of a mixture of both?
I almost want the girl that's what we have in common, like together.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be super fun.
Yeah.
And especially with the game I play, World of Warcraft.
yeah.
Which I just
I
played for 6 years. I quit for 6 years. I'm back, baby.
Have your own little his and hers gaming station in your house?
Dude. Yeah, like, that's the dream for me. Like,
it's awesome.
I don't know.
Oh, another preference I need to butt in here. Definitely have to love dogs. If you don't love dogs, get the fuck out. Yeah, that should be
number one.
Don't care who you are. Don't like dogs. Get the fuck out.
I don't hate cats, but if you're a cat person, how do you not love dogs?
Love dogs more. Gotta love dogs more. Sorry. They're way more affectionate.
Yeah. They're way more Tinder profile.
Playful. They're way more... Some are dumber than cats, but some of them are way smarter than cats. Like, cats can be dumb.
Cats are a different kind of smart. Yeah. Cats to me are more of an animal, and dogs are more of like a
companion,
human, very human-like qualities.
Dude, dogs are taking over the fucking world, man.
God, and they just love you so much.
You go, you pay for them.
You are their world.
You pick up their shit.
You feed them.
You give them
treats.
They're taking over the world, man. We're now slowly bringing them into our workplaces all the time.
So you're saying
it's only a matter of time they're going to start to learn the computer system, and they're gonna pair with the robots, and they're all just going to take over the world.
We just unplugged the biggest conspiracy in human history.
Man, I'm telling you,
dogs, they can talk, bro. They're smarter than us.
Well, that's the crazy thing is they talk to each other.
God,
and they're conspiring, man.
Have you seen Homeward Bound?
Have you seen Air Bud, man?
Dude,
that dog can dunk,
What a crazy conspiracy,
that dog can dunk.
God, what if dogs are the smartest beings on the planet?
I'm telling you, man. They got it figured out.
They wouldn't want to be locked in cages all day.
They got it figured out, man. They got it figured out. They don't have to do. They don't have to go to work.
That's true.
They don't have to go to work.
I do admire a life of a dog.
They don't have to go to work. They get their shit cleaned up after them. You're like the dog's butler. That's basically what you are. Like.
They are entitled little assholes.
You are the nurse
right in the middle of the bed,
and all they really have to do is just kind of come up and pant and be like, "Hey, pet me," and that's what happens. Like they don't pet you. Like,
that's assuming they have a good owner. Some people treat dogs very poorly.
Fuck you if you treat your dog bad. I will fight you right now. Fuck those guys.
I would just say to those people, just put yourself in their shoes. Like, why is it so hard for other people to put themselves in other people's shoes?
Yeah.
And if you're a dog and you have to live outside your entire life and it's
put
freezing
yourself in the dog's paws, man.
Put the paws on.
Yeah, just put the paws on.
Put the paws on. God.
Hashtag put the paws on, man.
Fuck. Like, Jesus. God.
I agree, man. I agree. It
just kills me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of human suffering in the world too.
And I don't even have a dog. I don't even have a dog.
I don't either. My roommate Ted. I got Teddy.
Well, yeah. You at least have a dog that lives with you. Yeah. That's.
He's in his kennel right now.
Aw, poor guy.
Poor guy.
Is she working?
Yeah. But it's sad to leave him in the kennel, and I was always raised to treat the dogs well, and honestly, my family treats dogs way too well. They spoil the shit out of them, and it's ridiculous.
Well, I heard.
But so my roommate Megan, she works a lot, and so he's in his kennel a lot, and it makes you feel bad for him. But
Meg,
when you think about it, it's like dogs are in cages at the pound. There's millions of dogs. There's tons of dogs that need a home, and so it is doing a good deed just to get a dog. even if you don't know how you're going to take care of it, even if you feel like you want a dog, I feel like it's worth it. And I think that's what I've learned with Teddy is, yeah, there's two of us like helping to take care of it and everything, but the fucking good outweighs the bad. They're just so awesome to have around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually I was listening to Joe Rogan yesterday. I think we always talk about Joe Rogan. He is kind of the inspiration for us doing this. One of the inspirations anyway. Joe Rogan
sponsor us.
Yeah, right. He was talking about dogs with somebody. I can't remember what the guy's name was, but they were like, dogs actually do. They kind of like the kennel. It's like their own little cave. They feel safe and things like that. And it's not necessarily a bad thing to keep your dog kenneled.
No, he would destroy things if he wasn't kenneled.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's
he'd be
one
bored.
part of it.
He'd have all that freedom. But Teddy, he goes in his kennel and just lays there. We'll be in the living room, and he'll just go lay in the kennel.
Yeah. I mean,
you're like, what are you doing?
Kind of his safe space. Yeah,
exactly.
It's like it'd be like you going in your room. Yeah, like, I don't want to hang out with these fuckers here anymore.
My bedroom's probably worse. I got a bunch of shit in there.
Yeah,
I don't really. I don't keep it really picked up. It's just like my kennel. Like, get the fuck out of my kennel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the dogs do need to. I mean, they're kind of like children, man. You have to play with them. You gotta make sure their energy gets out, because if you don't, they're gonna get anxious and they're gonna tear shit up and behave badly. That's what happens, man.
Yeah. They have needs, emotional needs, and I don't know about how much emotional needs, but they definitely need to get rid of their energy.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure, but yeah, they're taking over the world just like robots. Man.
Yeah, robots. That's the next big fear, right?
Robots.
We've seen the robot who can do a backflip and the little robot dog shit,
dude.
And yeah, robots can do a lot. They have the
robotics
competitions, and
90% of humans can't do a backflip, man. First robot.
I can't do a backflip.
Freaking backflip. First robot.
God damn, that's so crazy.
Jesus Christ, man.
It's not perfect. He's not ready to go destroy the world yet.
Still, just the early stages of it. It's just, man, it's great. It's going to turn into Westworld at some point. You've seen Westworld, right?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't. I've seen the first episode. You had me watch the first episode. I need to watch the whole series.
Man,
I know I would like
that.
But
that series is freaking amazing.
The AI thing, I don't know. Okay, you're really.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, man. Think about technology, the way it's gone, just in our lifetime.
Sure.
Like we grew up in the age where we didn't have computers, and then we did.
Mm-hmm.
And computers basically
I didn't have a computer when I was born, but I had it when I was like 5.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember when it was like I was like 10 years old. You had the MS-DOS mode playing.
10? It was before 10, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I don't think we had one before that.
We had one of those Apple MS-DOS or whatever you just said, with the floppy disks and all that.
Yeah, playing Oregon Trail, and you died of dysentery or diarrhea every time.
Every time.
Yeah, fuck. Seriously, every time. That was never died of anything else but that. And it was always when you're trying to cross the river too. I remember that. But anyways, man, just think about where we've gone from that time to now. There's like robots building vehicles, and they're gonna start having vehicles drive themselves. You know how many truckers there are in the United States? Robots are about to take all of those jobs. Those self-driving trucks.
We need drivers.
Well, what are you gonna do with all those drivers though? After they have those self-driving trucks and self-driving cars, there's a lot of jobs out there that people are just driving. You know?
Yeah.
So what happens to all those people?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because there's what is the other industry that you're gonna? Because like during the Industrial Revolution, where they had like the cotton picking gins and stuff like that are, you know, those manufacturing kind of robotics machines that were doing that. Now these machines are so sophisticated that I just don't know what you do with that working class that's going to be out of those jobs, because how are you gonna? What other industry are you gonna go into now? Because it just seems like more and more robotics are taking over. And
it's probably obviously a really long time away.
The Daily Show had a whole week on it. They did a whole week on it, And one of the episodes they had was there was like a robotic lawyer, and they were able to do better than like the human lawyer just by reading the laws and making a judgment of if this case is going to work out and things like that. It's just so crazy that these algorithms that people come up with, and
what does a world like that look like? Yeah.
I think what it's ultimately going to boil down to is the people that create the machines. There's going to be two ways that this is going to go. Either we're going to be able to distribute the wealth that these robotics produce. We're going to be able to distribute it in a fair manner to where people are going to continue to be able to live the lives that they want to live. Or
that way it's going to happen.
Yeah, the way that it's going now, though, is that the people that are able to create these systems and these algorithms and these robotics are going to keep that wealth for themselves. And then we're going to have serious problems. Like Gilded Age problems. Where the poor are going to have to rise up and because that's the only, when you back somebody into a corner, what other choices they have? They got to fight.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's gonna be like what's that fucking movie? Hunger Games.
Yeah, essentially.
It's gonna be the Hunger Games.
Essentially, man. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I just think it's on a path right now where it's just gonna. It's only gonna continue that way, though. Like we're not going backwards. We're never going to go back to... We're not going to get rid of these robotics and these systems to going back to, picking cotton by hand. I mean, that's a bad example because of slavery. Sorry about that, guys. Being all PC over here. But yeah, I mean, essentially things like that where these jobs employ people and they make a living wage off of it. And once you get rid of them and you don't have another industry for those people to go into... I mean, what are you going to do? And that is a very serious question that our leaders are going to have to figure out one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen Idiocracy, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like it's going to be like that? Like where we're all just we're going to have it all figured, like life's going to get so easy that we're all just going to be a bunch of lazy, stupid, ignorant fucks that water their plants with Brawndo.
AKA our president.
Yeah, I think Donald Trump was in that movie, right?
Dude, he would be... That is typecasting is what that's called in the industry. Typecasting for that role. Jesus Christ.
There's just going to be piles of trash everywhere. Your one duty is to take the trash onto the trash pile.
Right. Man, yeah. I don't know, man. I know I harp on this all the time, but it's the distribution of wealth that's really going to be the number one thing that we're going to have to focus on in our lifetimes, for sure. And once if me and you end up having kids or whatnot and grandkids and stuff like that, I mean, what are they going to do? You don't want them to grow up in like a caste system where, the wealthy just have all the opportunities and it just seriously depends on who you were born under and things like that. I mean, it's almost kind of like that now.
Not about what you know,
not to a certain degree, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of a scary thing, but
yeah.
But then again, it could turn out to be very awesome where we don't go that route and we a fair way to distribute all of that wealth that these machines are producing, and we're able to be a freer society and free to create things and enjoy our hobbies and just live our lives with a little bit of meaning and purpose and just doing things that we enjoy and that we want to do rather than doing things because we have to do them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's just so much that goes into it.
Like I always say, there's never going to be a utopia, ever.
Yeah.
Just get that out of your head. It's never going to be perfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Ever. So you just got to... The whole goal is to just make things better.
Yeah.
And just... If you continuously do that, things are going to continuously get better, and lives are going to be easier. There's going to be less...
But, like... I guess that's what's going on now, though. Is there's so many people that are like, this is good. I don't want it to change. You know, like our parents and, you know, even, I don't know, just the people that fight that. And that's what makes everything so hard to change. And democracy is,
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, it seems like that's what it's going to have to go to. I mean, because people are suffering.
They are. Like, is there a reason we have to have 900 military bases around the world? Is there a reason for that?
I don't know.
Because does that actually make us safer? I guess in a time of war, we're in strategic positions.
Does it make us prepared, though? Like,
well, but
is that what it's about? It's just being the powerhouse?
But just think about how much money that takes to do that. Mm-hmm. And... You know, I always harp on military spending, and again, I don't hate the military. I don't hate the people that serve in the military. I hate the people that send you there. It's the people that send you there that don't actually do anything. You know, to serve our country. That's what pisses me off.
Make all the decisions.
Yeah, make all the. Oh, you go. Well, my son can stay because I'm a politician, or I'm high up in this company, so my son's gonna stay, but I'm gonna send your son to war.
Yeah.
Like, fuck those people, man.
Yeah.
Fuck you. If you knew any inkling about what actual war was like, you stepped on the battlefield, dude, your mind would change instantly.
But it's necessary, right? I mean, it's kind of
sometimes
how it got us here.
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes it is. I mean, if you got to protect your
bloody
own
history, you know.
I mean, if you got to protect your own, and somebody's trying to invade you and take what is actually rightfully yours, then yeah, you definitely got to protect yourself and you got to defend yourself. But you don't need don't need to take on the offensive when
isn't the best defense a good offense though? In that regard, like
it is, but you don't need to use that offense all the time when somebody has not wronged you, and that's where the fucking problem comes in.
Yeah, but if they're a threat to wrong you, and I'm not saying that.
Well, there's one thing. It's one thing to be a potential threat, but I feel like they have to actually do something. You know, like I don't know, like if you go into think about it, like if you go into a bar, right, and you go into a bar with your girlfriend, right, and there's some guy that is way. And he's got like his eye on your girlfriend like all night long. You perceive that guy as a threat, right?
Sure.
But you're not gonna go up and punch that guy in the face.
I might.
Nah, really.
I probably wouldn't know.
I mean, unless he actually does something. Unless he actually does something. That's what I'm saying.
What are you looking at?
Well, I mean, I don't care. I mean, if you want to look at my girlfriend and she's my girlfriend and she's, you know, not going to do anything to reciprocate to you, I mean, that's more power to me. You know, like, like, look what I got, motherfucker. Continue to look at her and be jealous, bitch. That's what I think. But yeah, I mean, if they don't, until they actually pursue that action, that's when you gotta fucking step in. You know, that, I don't know. That's how I feel about it. But I just feel like just because you're a threat doesn't mean we have to go in and take what's yours. You know, we don't have to start conflict because of that. That's all posturing and being a bro. That's where that bro culture comes into. You know. Yeah.
But, did you ever think about going to the military?
Nope.
Never.
If I did, I would go into the Air Force for sure.
Yeah.
So I want to fly planes. That'd be cool.
I have a family member who did that.
Fly a helicopter.
Now she's flying planes for like Delta or some shit.
Dude, I would love to fly like an Apache or a helicopter. If I could get my helicopter's license, that would be so much fun.
You could?
Man. That or fly a fighter jet, man. Those are the two things that would be so much fun for me. But like going into like the Army or like being a Navy SEAL, I mean, those guys are badass. I have nothing against those guys, but I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Like, I don't,
What about the concept of like serving your country though? Do you think that's why a lot of people do it, or do you think that the majority probably do it out of necessity or not having another option? Wouldn't you think?
Well, yeah, but if I believe in the cause, then yeah, I would. But the last time that there would have been a cause that I would have believed in would have been World War II. And before that, probably would have been the World War I or the Revolutionary War. Outside of that, I guess the Civil War kind of, obviously against
Vietnam was kind of fucked, right?
Yeah, but there's no reason to do the Vietnam War. The Korean War is still kind of shady at this point. There's no reason to be in the Iraq War or the Yemen War that we're in right now. The only other one would be in Afghanistan, but that's just a lost cause because you've created this power vacuum that has just made the situation worse, and you're spending way too much money on it, and it's just not producing the results that we need. And honestly, war has changed a little bit because you have got all these drones and you're just dropping bombs from the air, and it's not like it was back in the day where there was a lot of ground fighting. I mean, there's still ground fighting for sure.
Yeah.
But it's just not nearly as prominent as it used to be,
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that the wars you learn about are way different than the wars that we're currently in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Well, I'm going to say we wrap this up, man.
Yeah? Been going for a while?
We have been going for a while, and
we'll have to check in. You got to get your bracket filled out?
Yeah, got to get the bracket filled out. Got to get the contest going. We're going to do shots after the tourney's over. Whoever loses.
Goddamn. Can't believe we made that bet, but
goddamn right, sir.
Because I gotta make a new bracket.
What? Oh, so you're not using the bracket you already filled out?
I guess I could.
Well, I mean, it's up to you.
I got Missouri.
I haven't filled mine out yet. So
this has a little bit more on it than my other one. My other one's has nothing on it.
Yeah.
And I have Missouri going probably way too far in that one. So.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna keep both brackets in here, and then we'll tally them up at the end. And
all right,
we'll go from there. So
we'll be a drunken podcast at some point
for sure.
See the steady decline.
Exactly. So if you'll want to reach out to us, it's the Surrounded by Cows podcast at gmail.com. Find us on YouTube, iTunes, and wherever else we decide to post this on. haven't figured it all out yet. We're still rookies at this shit.
Still green.
Goddamn rookies. But Wallaby Jones.
I enjoyed it again.
Koalan Bear.
Off to a little slow start this time, but we got it going.
That's right, sir.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. See y'all.
See ya.